All right, man.
We're
live. We're live. Here we go. Second hand tat.
Yep, doing a little samurai.
We are.
Samurai with Oni mask. It's gonna be sick. The final product's gonna be amazing. This guy's going nuts.
I know. We're going crazy.
Getting his hands done, so.
Fuck it. No, look at that. Getting potential spam call as we speak. Just like I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Trying to reach you.
I know.
I
don't know why.
Car's extended warranty.
Yeah, man. My extended warranty. Oh, man. What will I ever do?
Yeah, luckily we got those guys calling us at all hours of the night.
Right.
Making sure. Trying to help us.
Trying to help us out, I guess.
Yeah. Good people.
Very good people. Don't you just love when people try to just steal money from you?
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to start this off with a little thing that involves you.
Oh, shit.
So, Gabby, props to Gabby, she had a little bit of say to this. She thinks that if you were to start your own podcast, it should be called Tattoo Talk with Robbie. What do you think of that name?
That's a pretty good name.
Pretty good name. So, we were randomly talking about it. I know it's super random, but we were just talking about it. Just our casual late night talk.
Right.
And it kind of got brought up because, you know, I was telling her, yeah, I got my appointment soon. She's like, oh shit, like that's dope. And we were talking about it. And she's like, you know, if Robbie ever started his own podcast, I think that would be a good name. And I was like, that does sound pretty good. I'll have to pitch it to him. But here's the thing. This is what she thought would be a dope idea. So, because of your already busy schedule, if you were to start a podcast, it would be having to be a certain way, right?
Yeah.
Her idea was, if you get their permission, they can sign like a waiver or whatever. Each tattoo session that you do, the people who agreed to being on it could be literally your episodes.
Yeah.
So like it's showing how you tattoo, who you're tattooing, what you're tattooing, and then it's also like, boom, there it is. Like that's your episode. And you guys have your normal talks, your hangouts, and obviously if they're okay with it. But I thought that was a pretty interesting idea too, like having a tattoo podcast.
Funny, I had that idea too.
You did?
I was also thinking about that. I was like,
shit.
That's like literally all that. Just like, I don't have the time, but it'd be cool to get clients in on it. You know? And the name I came up with was Under the Skin.
Under the Skin.
Kind of just talking about, you know, whatever, but you know, just talking about more like deep life stuff. And
I do like that name too.
It kind of, you know, plays off of tattoos too. You know,
that's good.
Under the Skin.
That's a really good name actually.
But I don't know. Definitely something I've definitely been thinking about.
Okay.
And obviously, I'll need to workshop the name too, if that's also a good name.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's not a bad idea. You'd have to start a YouTube channel though.
Oh man, I know.
Oh, I have to teach you all the tricks of YouTube, man. There's a lot of them.
There'll be a lot. I'm gonna be on my computer way too much.
Yeah, I know. Well, you could always, if you know techie people who have some spare time, you could always like offer, be like, hey, I'll give you a little bit of money if you do this for me. You know, as like a regular thing. And I'm sure, like, if I had the time, I would have definitely done it for you.
Right.
But because I got my own podcast, and now, funny or not, I'll bring it up real quick. My mom has a podcast. I've been helping her with that. It's pretty funny, but also I'm excited for her. I've been helping them kind of start it off, so like I've been slammed with podcast stuff, dude. It's been nuts.
Yeah, you should just start your own business helping people start up their podcasts.
I've been told that by my girlfriend and my mom, and I think somebody else, and now you, and I'm kind of considering it.
Sounds like people need the help.
They do. The only issue with that is like I'd have to figure out how that all works. Like I don't know how to start it. I don't know what fair pricing is. I don't know. Like there's so many like
it's all up to you, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't think I have to necessarily get a business license for that. It's just helping people start things.
Well, if you're charging money for it, you probably should.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess if you're charging money, yeah, you have to.
You don't want the IRS on your back.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. That might be a good idea for me in the future.
Yeah.
I'm really good at it. I mean, I don't know like everything.
But it seems like a lot of people need help at least starting it out.
Right. I mean, that's the hardest part, dude. I literally learned on my own. Yes, I went to YouTube like everybody does with new things, but I didn't really understand it. So what I did is I just kind of fucked around with shit on my own, and boom,
Yeah.
I learned. I'd say the trickiest thing was, well, I guess kind of learning basic promoting kind of was tricky at the beginning.
Right.
Obviously, figuring out what your idea is as a channel was kind of tricky at first.
Sure.
And then just like how to capture people, like with the right clips and the right things, and it's hard. It's a lot of hard work, and I'm still learning it every day. I don't even think I'm really where I want to be with it yet, but my goal, if I get relevant enough, you know, me and Andrew as a podcast, we'd like to be able to get somebody to do the promoting for us, and we would pay them obviously, and it would make our lives easier, so then all we have to worry about is recording, and they do the rest.
Yeah.
And hopefully one day we can get there. I'm pretty optimistic. I mean,
we're all the heavy lifting now.
Right? I mean, we're grinding, man. We're grinding. We're trying.
You guys can do it.
I know, it's gonna take a while. I gotta read you off the goals for the podcast this year. So it's actually probably a good thing for people to hear too.
Yeah.
So our goal for the podcast this year, which I feel like are pretty realistic goals, we want to get to 350 subscribers on YouTube by the end of 2024. We want to get to 700 total listens on Spotify. We are currently over 300. I feel like that's pretty doable.
Super doable.
We want to get 150 followers on both our Instagram and TikTok, which is pretty doable. We're at 50 on both. So, you know, not that bad.
Yeah.
We want to release a podcast every week and a gaming video at least every other week. That's kind of changed. I mean, we're obviously still going to podcast, but me and Andrew talked about it on a recent one. We want to do a 1 to 2 a month podcast. So we wanted to focus more on gaming because we're still, you know, small.
Right.
And not all people want to check out smaller podcasts, which I don't blame them. So if we were to limit the podcast down to like 1 or 2 maximum a month, that gives us so much extra time to do gaming. Mm-hmm. And then they can see that on our channel it's also a podcast, and if they're into that, cool, then they get a podcast. But yeah, those are our goals for this year. I think they're very doable.
Tangible, yeah.
Right, and as long as we stick with it, which we have been right off the bat, and as long as we have homies helping us out, promoting occasionally, and we continue to just do our thing, I think we'll do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
it's gonna be a good year, buddy.
I sure hope so, man. I want it to be a better year than last year. For sure.
Yeah.
Not just on the growth of me and Andrew's channel, but just the growth of myself and friendships, family, career, everything. So
it's a time for great change right now.
You're telling me, man.
Take advantage of that.
Yeah, I know. I'm aiming for it, trust me. I'm really trying. Life likes to throw things at you.
Oh yeah.
It's tricky.
Good test though.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things. But anyways, I want to go on to you now. What's new in Robbie's life?
I don't know,
what's going on,
just
man?
Just working hard, making
hard.
quality tattoos, and just being happy. You know?
There you go.
I'm also really trying to take advantage of 2024. And
I saw that.
Just have to be a year of personal growth. You know, I had a great year last year.
You did.
You know, in the past couple of years, and opened up the business, and I'm in a good place to do that now. You know, really just like focus on myself.
That's good, man.
And the personal growth. I've done so much for my career already.
Oh, definitely.
You know, so now I can pivot a little bit and do that and just kind of spend every day being a better version of myself. I don't really know what else is new? You know, I mean, just taking things day by day. You know.
True.
I'm gonna be probably taking on an apprentice this year.
Oh, that's pretty new.
See how that goes. You know. Just
okay.
pass on some knowledge.
I was wondering if you were going to do that because I think, I don't know if we did it on a podcast episode, I can't remember, but I think we talked about that last year.
I've had a few people, you know, already try and get in contact with me last year about
There you go.
getting in for an apprenticeship, and you know, time is tight still.
Right.
You know, as I very much value my time. But we'll see where that goes.
Dude, I'm excited for you. That's gonna be a big step up. You know, it's a big deal. I hope it works, and I hope that.
I hope it does too. You know, I mean, it's very flattering too.
Oh, dude.
People, view me in that light, right?
I mean, it means that
they want to learn from.
Yeah, they want to learn from you. They admire you as a person, your work, your ethic, everything about you. That's a big deal. That's crazy, dude.
It definitely validated a lot of the hard work that I've been putting in.
Oh man, that's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have them. So if you go through with it, you're gonna have them here, and you're gonna be teaching them like, and then so from when you, I guess, start to teach them, what's your goal with all that? Like, are you gonna have them be your partner, or are you just kind of teaching them so they can move on to a different tattoo place, or I don't know how that all works.
Just kind of just seeing where it goes, you know. Just giving them the skills to, you know, expand on their own art, you know, their own existing skills, and yeah, I mean,
that's dope.
I think it's just really important to pass on knowledge like that.
Oh yeah.
To make it available, especially to the right person who wants to, you know, really, you know, give a shit about their art.
Oh yeah.
You know?
It's important.
Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely tell on every single piece, like, you can tell that you care about your art. And you want to make it the best quality you possibly can.
It's gotta be, man.
And, you know, I think I've slightly noticed from when I first started getting tattoos from you, like, you've improved for sure. Like, you're already great, but, like, I think I've seen the improvements on new pieces you've done and, like, art style and kind of just branching out. You've done a lot already within the 2 years I've known you.
Just staying consistent, you know, that'll do
All
it.
it is.
You don't even really need to think about it.
Like, yeah, that's all it is, dude. I mean, God, that's just wild.
Yeah, we're doing good things, man. We just gotta stay on top of the things we love.
I know.
And keep working towards it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like that.
Making it about it.
That's dope, dude. Woo! That's a big thing.
That's
I like how you're like, I don't really know, man, but then you just come out here with a big banger like that. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, just feel it out, you know.
Yeah.
It's alright to not have every single thing planned out.
Oh yeah. Sometimes you can't. I mean, that's how it is, bro. Yeah. I don't know, dude. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what really. Something clicked in me towards the end of last year. I don't know what it is, but like it's been driving me to like really want more out of life and to just do more. And whatever it is, I thank you for it. Whoever it was, whatever it did, I don't know. But
yeah, I feel like that's happening to a lot of people.
I think so.
This year,
I think so.
Last year.
Yeah. I've kind of noticed a lot of shifts in certain people, and especially like, it's kind of a sidebarring thing real quick with this combo, but it relates to what we're talking about. I'm a big YouTube guy because I'm not just a YouTuber, but I like watching YouTube. And I've noticed a lot of people stepping back from YouTube. Kind of what we're talking about. They're stepping back to strive for themselves, to do other things, to move on, to branch off. And you know, some of them said that they're not giving up completely on YouTube. Like they'll still do it, just not as frequent. And some of them are completely just giving up on YouTube. Like, I'm not giving up. I don't want. That sounds terrible. They're deciding to move on to a different chapter. And they've had their time with YouTube. They've been on there for years. And yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, eventually things need to change, and like you can't. There's only so much you can do, you know.
Yeah. You can only stay stagnant for so long.
Right. And like I'm still brand new to the YouTube scene, so there's still so much things that I've never done or never seen. So it's fresh in my brain. I'm hyped about it. And like there might be a day where, you know, me and Andrew might feel the same way, where we might pop off one day, which I hope, and we might get to a point where we kind of want to do different things, and you know, that will be something in the future, obviously. But
if and when it comes to it.
Yeah, I mean, we might not never do it. Who knows? Well, it's life.
That's a good thing, man. You never know.
I guess that is a good thing. Yeah, you never know. Some people are scared of the unknown, but like.
The unknown is probably one of the best things that can happen to us.
It is. As much as it might sound scary when you talk about it, it's important because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It could be the best thing ever. It could be not great, or it could be, in the worst case, horrible, which hopefully not. But,
yeah, and I mean, like, that change is great because sometimes the most uncomfortable thing that could happen to you is getting too comfortable.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And really feeling like, you know, what if, right?
Right. I mean, like, I'm in that category right now, I would say, where I'm too comfortable in my job. And I think we briefly talked about it off camera, but I'm striving to try and find a different career. Obviously, I would love to go full-time on YouTube, but at the moment, I have to treat it as a hobby, but it's a hobby I'm really passionate about and I care about, and I put as much time as I can. But, you know, for steady income, I have to have a regular job.
Yeah.
I can't just quit cold turkey. I don't make anything there. So until that day happens, I gotta find something different because my current job, I'm just not with it no more.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Yeah, it's been 3 years, and I'm just ready to move on. I'm definitely ready for change, for growth. I'm a little scared to try something new, but that's a good thing. And I need to embrace the scare and not let it hold me back.
Exactly.
And who knows? Maybe the next job is I'm gonna love it, man. I mean, maybe I'll want to do it for the rest of my life. I don't know.
You just gotta try, man. You gotta say fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna do that. It's a big goal this year. Is not only content creation, but a career. And then, like I said, just kind of trying to better myself like you, and just have a good life. Have a good year. And I hope what we're talking about helps people too, because I also love to help people, and I'm a very caring person. So anyone who's watching or listening, we hope the best for you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very important.
Think about yourself first.
Exactly.
You know.
If you're in a rut, you know, make sure you take the steps to get out of it.
Yeah.
It's very, very important.
Exactly. If you wanna change things on the outside, you gotta look inward.
Yeah. It's one of those things. It's one of those things, man. Well, I'll shift it to another topic I got for you.
Yeah.
So, gaming has been kind of wild lately. I wanted to bring that up. Me and Andrew, on a recent one, we talked a lot about it because it's been crazy.
Yeah.
Have you heard about Pal World?
Yeah, of course I have.
Have you played Pal World?
No.
Are you interested in it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I'll talk to you about it because I just found out.
What you think about it.
So first off, I'll tell you right off the bat, I fucking love the game.
Yeah.
I haven't put as many hours into it as I'd like. I'm like at 6 hours. I wish I had more.
Right.
I just haven't had a lot of time.
Fair.
But the time I have had on it, oh my god, I love it. It's
Yeah.
anybody who loves guns and loves Pokemon and survival, that's your game. It's literally everything that I just said in one game. It's amazing.
Nuts, man.
I think it's a genius creation of a game. I think it's very addictive. It broke massive records. The first day it sold 1 million copies in 8 hours, which is unreal. Nothing on the internet, like game-wise, has broke those records in a long time. It is currently sitting at 8 or 9 million in less than a week. It dominates the Steam charts currently to this day still. It has almost 2 million, or if not 2 million by now, concurrent people playing every single day. So it's number 1 on the Steam charts. It's also the top selling game, and it's number 2 on Steam's most ever bought and played games of all time. PUBG holds that rank at number 1 with 3 million, and it's at 2 million. It's gonna pass PUBG, bro.
Oh, easily.
And to me, like, That's just wild.
It's nuts.
I know, like it's.
I hadn't really heard anything about it even like coming out, you know. Until
Oh yeah.
it started breaking those records.
I've known about it since either the beginning or the middle of last year, and I've had it on my wish list on Steam. It never said when it was coming out, and then all of a sudden, I like looked on my Steam library and I saw it was coming soon. I'm like, no way! Like it's finally releasing. And I'm telling you, the game has like little to no bugs.
Wow.
Like it does have bugs,
Right.
but they're very minuscule to the point where it doesn't destroy the game, and their fixes are very immediate. So
Nice.
they're on it. But here's the sad news that I just found out as of today. Nintendo.
Yep, I heard that too. I didn't know exactly.
They are doing an investigation on Pal World.
Mm-hmm.
We all know what that means.
Yep.
They're pissed off. They're jealous. I love Nintendo. I will always love them. I don't like their decision with this. I think I get it. It's kind of like we were talking about with the trademarking earlier. If someone has a similar name to you, you don't want it.
Yeah.
I get it. Here's the difference with this game. They're not focusing on Pokemon. They're not called Pokemon. They're called Pals. I get that to a lot of people, including myself, it looks like Pokemon. They're very similar.
Mm-hmm.
But they made them like that probably for a reason, for the appealing aspect.
Yeah.
But the base of the game is survival and boss fights and leveling up, unlocking stuff. The whole premise of the game is different than Pokemon. The premise of the Pokemon is literally catching them all, completing the Pokedex, defeating all the gyms, and beating the storyline, like all the missions. And so this game is completely different, and I just feel like Nintendo's kind of taking it a little far.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably going to win because they're Nintendo.
Yeah.
And what that means is if they can't come up with an agreement with the developers of Pal World, it's going to get taken away.
Yeah.
And it's going to piss off a lot of people because this game is fucking fun. And it's sad that, they're taking it to such an extreme level. But, I mean, can you blame them? You know? It's one of those things where, like, I get it, but I'm upset about it.
Yeah, I mean, anyone could have saw that coming.
Yeah, I mean, everybody did. They responded in about a week. They figured it out. They're probably waiting for the right time and the right thing to say. And we'll see what happens. We'll probably find out in the next week.
Mm-hmm.
If they're getting shut down or if they're going to make an agreement and they just split 50-50 costs. I don't know.
We'll see.
Maybe their game is far enough away from Pokemon where they don't have anything against them. Who knows?
Yeah. Just
But
gotta wait it out.
that's all it is. But yeah, dude, the gaming industry's been crazy because of Pal World, and then I feel like there's been a shift in gaming.
Uh-huh.
I feel like more people are playing again, and they're getting back into it. Lethal Company blew up. I don't know if you've seen videos on Lethal Company.
I haven't yet.
It's a little indie game on Steam, another PC exclusive, where small developer and they're trying to make it, and they made it, and the game blew the fuck up, and people are having a blast with it, and they're doing mods, and it's a cool concept of the game. It's like a horror game, but you can play with friends, and I don't know the real premise of the game. I'm still a little confused. I think the premise of it is to just survive, but it's got the horror aspect.
Right.
And I think that's really dope. And the game's just been taking the internet by storm. And so that's kind of what I mean by like there's been a shift. These indie games from studios that are not known, they're blowing up.
Mm-hmm.
And it just shows you that game studios or games that are cheaper than mainstream games are taking over right now, and that's the big shift, and I'm liking it. I'm all for it. I think we need a big change in gaming because we're too used to COD, GTA, Halo, Counter-Strike, Valorant, all the name brand games, don't get me wrong, they're good, but we need something different. We need refreshing stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what Pal World did, and that's why it's taking the internet by storm, because it's a great game. So, Yeah, dude. I don't know. What do you think of the whole gaming industry right now? And hearing about all that.
I think you're spot on, man. I mean, like, yeah, I feel like everyone just is kind of getting let down year after year with new releases, and everything's just kind of feeling recycled, you know.
Just old
and kind of boring.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, I think we're all just trying to get back to that feeling of like, you know, original Xbox, like PlayStation era, where like just the simplest games we would just go nuts for, you know, just because it was just so new.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know, like that new Call of Duty feeling just isn't the same anymore.
No, when Modern Warfare came out, didn't even hit me.
Yeah.
Like, at all.
I remember waiting forever, you know, for new Call of Duty to come out. But yeah, I mean, it just comes down to, I guess people are getting bored.
Yeah, they're just getting kind of frustrated and tired of the same things. I'm in that category, man. I didn't refuse to buy the new Call of Duties. Well, in the beginning I did with Modern Warfare. I was like, fuck that. I'm not buying this shit. It's going to be garbage.
Yeah.
I bought it, like most people. They always say, oh, I'm not going to buy it, and then they buy it.
Yeah.
Turns out, it was decent. It was pretty good. Obviously, a lot of people still complained, but I thought it was a solid game. Then I was like, alright, I'll be optimistic for the next one. Modern Warfare 2 comes out, kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Not
Really different. I wasn't very impressed.
Yeah.
Then I was like, okay, now my hopes are down again. So I'm not really going to look forward to Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 comes out, it shockingly surprises the mass majority of people again, and it's really good.
Yeah.
It plays smoother than I think Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2.
There's just no consistency.
Right, there's no consistency, and there's a lot of game-breaking bugs that they still take a while to get to. And I just feel like, I don't know, COD in general is, I feel like, gonna die. It's going to, if it hasn't already, I think it's gonna really die out in the next year or so. If they don't do something different or game-changing, I really think it's gonna die. I don't want it to. I like Call of Duty. It's fun to kick back and kill people, you know, in a game.
We grew up on it, you know.
We grew up on it. I grew up on, technically, I think the one I grew up on was Black Ops. I played a lot of fucking Black Ops. I got into Modern Warfare 2, the original one, later than I should have, but that one came out before I really got into gaming. But I'd say the first COD I really got into was probably Black Ops. Played on the Wii, ironically enough.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, it's just been part of my whole life.
Those were fun, man.
Dude, tell me about
Holy
it.
shit.
Black Ops 2,
Take me back to that.
Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Those were different. Because before that, we had just, you know, Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3.
I never played those.
World War 2, you know, games. And those were fun. You know, those were definitely super fun.
Right.
But they were smart and just did a shift, you know.
Yeah.
Brought it into the modern age.
Exactly. And it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people complained, but who doesn't complain? Call of Duty, there'll always be complaints.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody won't like something. But at least in the older games, they weren't broken.
Yeah.
Like, there might have been some annoying, like, metas, you call it.
Mm-hmm.
But the games ran. They didn't have problems. You could get into a game fast. Your game wouldn't really crash at all. You wouldn't really experience much lag unless the host's internet was doo-doo.
Yep.
There's really no issues. And with the new COD games, you have to expect issues.
Yeah.
There's always going to be something that happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, dude, I don't know. I feel like gaming's changing, and I hope it's in the best way. I want it to. I miss the nostalgic feeling when I was younger, and I feel like lately I've been getting back into it, for sure. Especially playing Nintendo. I bought Violet, Pokemon Violet. Bro, so fun.
Yeah.
So different. Definitely, I think it's a good game. It got a lot of bad rep because it's laggy, but it's not laggy on mine. It's not laggy on mine. I think it's because I have the newer Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But it's laggier on the older Switches.
Right.
So, but no, Violet's a solid game. I haven't beat it yet, but I think it's a different twist to Pokemon. It's more catered to adults now,
Right.
which I love. It's really fun. It's different, and I think they're doing a pretty good job. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm really trying to. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It's looking good, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for the final product.
You're telling me, bro.
Got almost all the line work done.
Oh.
Get the shading, and then I'm gonna be done, man.
This is crazy. It's been a short time already, and we've gotten so much done. We've only been recording for 30 minutes, and it's almost done.
Yeah, dude, you're taking this hand tattoo way better than the first one. That's for sure.
Well, I think what hurt the most was the knuckle. To be honest, it's the knuckle, and when you get there on the wrist, and then all the way on the end of your hand, whatever that's called, like the side.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Other than that,
part of your palm.
It's not bad.
Yeah, this one's. Yeah, we're not even really going on a knuckle for this guy.
Which I'm kind of happy about.
Yeah, I bet.
I don't, like, I'm not opposed to it. Like, I did it, and, like, I survived.
Yeah.
Did hurt a little bit. It did
If you
hurt a
don't
little
have
bit.
to, then let's not,
Pretty much. I mean, this one doesn't require the knuckle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little bit smaller, which is nice. But I think it's going to bring a different vibe to that hand, for sure. The whole arm.
Oh, yeah.
I've always wanted a samurai, like a older, what do you call it? It's not medieval, but it's kind of like medieval.
Yeah, those like 1500s.
Yeah.
Era samurais.
Yeah, dude. I've always thought samurais, ninjas, dragons, like all that shit was just so fucking cool. Like, I've always wanted them as tattoos, and now I have a dragon, and I'm getting a samurai. So I think that's pretty.
What more can you want?
Right? I mean, I'm getting it, man. I got a Star Wars tattoo because I'm a Star Wars nerd. Got where I grew up. I mean, I'm getting it all, man.
Gotta mean it. Gotta mean something to you, It doesn't have to, but it's always nice when it does.
See, for me, and I've told a lot of people this, sometimes with my tattoos, they're not meaningful. They're just things I like.
Same here.
But
that is meaningful to you.
You can consider meaningful because if you like them enough to want them on you.
Yeah.
I've liked samurais, I've liked dragons, I've liked owls, I've liked wolves. I mean, there's so many things that necessarily aren't like super impactful on my life, but like I at least like them enough.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. And I'm not, I'm not gonna call people out for if they only want meaningful tattoos. It's your body.
Yeah.
I have no say in that. If you want to do that, that's cool. Just don't judge me. That's all I want.
Exactly.
I don't need judgment just because I choose to do something that I want. That's all I ever ask for, man. I won't judge you if you don't judge me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, I guess I typically never judge people unless it's reasonable.
Yeah. Unless you're a total.
But with tattoos,
jerk.
I don't judge people's tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I haven't seen any horrible ones, like offensive or racist ones, so like, obviously I haven't judged because of that, but
Well, those are obvious.